ready for the men's short program. Already had the pair short program earlier, and earlier today in the Metro Center we had the compulsory dance. First dance steps of the new season. Marie-France Debray, Patrice Lauzon, who finished 8th at the Worlds. Canadian champions currently in 3rd place. World medalists, Albina Denkova, Maxim Stavisky leading the way, and there's Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe coming off an impressive bronze medal showing at last week's Skate America. Here are the standings after the compulsory dance. Denkova and Stavisky first, Debray and Lauzon in 3rd, Wing and Lowe 5th. We'll have the original dance and free dance for you on CTV on Sunday. Speaking of dance, it was 1983 when Skate Canada was here. Do you remember what you did here? You won a gold medal at Skate Canada.
I believe that was on the way to the Sarajevo Olympics, so it was a great setup for us.
Yeah, it was. And of course, Skate Canada came back here in 1997. Dance to come later in the weekend, but let's talk about the men behind us warming up and what we can see here tonight.
Well, I think for all of these athletes tonight, this is about trying to figure out how consistent are my jumps at this time of the season. Remember, it's very early in the season. And what are the great qualities of my program? And are my programs going to be good enough this year in competition? With the new judging system, of course, the jumps are still very, very important. You can see the big marks come with the jumps, but also now the spins and the footwork sequences do have a value. So if a skater is not very, very strong in the jumps, or if they have trouble on the jumps, they can make it up in the other elements. Now, because of this a little bit the change in the system, Jeffrey Buttle has decided to leave the quad out of his short program. It is not a consistent jump for him, and if the quad isn't consistent, it is too big of a risk and not worth the risk. So he's doing the triple flip, triple toe for his combination. Takeshi Honda, on the other hand, he's going to go for the quad. And you can see there at the top of the list, the quad toe plus the triple toe is worth 13 points. So big points there if it's clean. And what they're now speculating is it has to be 75% clean in order for it to be worth the risk to do in the short program.
So the strategy is certainly playing into it now with this new system of judging the skaters. And again, you still have to lay the stuff down. The quadruple jump, the highest degree of difficulty, the highest base mark if it's done to perfection with a combination. But if you don't do it, you're not going to get those points.
That's right. You get the points for the technical degree of difficulty and points plus or minus for the quality of the element.
Here's our first skater in the men's short program from the United States of America, Ryan Yonke.
Speaking of quality of elements, Ryan won the free program at Skate America, finishing 2nd overall to the world silver medalist. He will not try a quad. Opening with his triple axel, just was able to hang on to the landing. Triple combination here, triple flip, and he turned to a double toe. Not as many marks, but no deductions.
If it wasn't for his short program a week ago in Pittsburgh, Ryan Yonke might have won Skate America. Wouldn't that have been a great start to a new season? He won the free skate.
We watched him in practice all week. He landed every triple axel he did in practice. Couldn't land it in the competition. Remember, 2 step sequences in the short program, 3 spins, 3 different jumps. This is the step sequence circular. Now the judges are looking for the changes of direction, change in speed, as you saw there. A variety of turns and edges. this, his final triple out of footwork, the Tano Triple Lutz. Wow, one arm over his head, difficult to control.
Named after another great American skater, legend Brian Boitano, who perfected that maneuver.
Judges now judging his straight line step sequence. Watch the variety of positions in this combination spin. These extra positions and the speed of the spin, that change of edge will bring it up a level of difficulty. Well done.
Ryan Jahnke, 2 weeks in a row on the Grand Prix season. Canada's champion Emmanuel Sandhu steps to the ice. He'll be next from the Metro Center. Was positioned to skate in first out of the starting block in the men's short program, Ryan Jahnke of the United States.
Opened with his triple axel that he was not able to land at Skate America. Let's watch it here. Watch the landing. Tipped forward. Now he may have slightly touched down with his free leg and tipped forward, so he will get a minus in the quality of that jump at 7.5 for the jump itself. Triple Lutz with his arm over his head, a little bit wild on the landing. I've seen him do that better in competition and practice, but he was able to hang on and score some big points with that.
Jahnke waits for his marks again under this new ISU judging system, the code of points system. The marks totaled will be the marks for the rest of the skaters to shoot for. Looks like around 60 points for Ryan Jahnke. And indeed it will be 60.75. So that's what we'll watch. Technical elements plus the program components. Now, of course, this was billed as a big battle between Emmanuel Sandhu and Evgeny Plushenko. Sandhu, of course, last season won the Grand Prix final, beating Plushenko. Plushenko pulled out of this event with a knee injury, nagging knee injury. So Emmanuel Sandhu certainly has to be one of the favorites here. Emmanuel, the three-time Canadian champion, Tracy Wilson, has never won Skate Canada. Maybe here, and if he does, the short program is going to have to do a lot towards that.
Well, and key to a successful short program for Emmanuel is the quad, which will be the first element. He tried it 6 times in the short program last year in competition and did not land it cleanly once.
Short program that he calls Techno Tarzan.
And it would be a major accomplishment if Emmanuel can land his quad here. He opened up, missed element, that was a double.
Now he has to pile up some points here.
And his next most difficult jump, the triple axel. He's very slow going into it, but a beautiful jump. This new system allows you the chance to climb back up. He needs to go clean from here. Again, slow, but he lands it. position on that camel spin. Good speed, centered on the ice. Blade on the ice is not traveling. Well done. Straight line step sequence coming up.
Oh my. Uncharacteristic fall in footwork from one of the best in the world on the blade.
Wonderful stretch, strong positions. Again, another fine spin, but he has looked tight and slow throughout this performance.
It has been a constant lament with this young man through the years, consistency or lack thereof. Sometimes a mind game. What goes through that mind right now? Sandhu and Buttle next. Sandhu showed the world what he's capable of last season at the Grand Prix final. But again, in big competitions, the short program has often been his undoing.
And the worst thing you can do is pop a jump, which is what Emmanuel did here. You're better off to turn it and fall. At least you will get some credit. So instead of getting 13 marks on that quad, he got 1. Here's the good news, the triple axel. And the other thing I liked about that, obviously, he came back and delivered it after the miss on the quad, which is very good for Emmanuel to be able to do that. That's the kind of monkey on his back that he has such a difficult time with. Now, he was tight and thinking through the footwork. He just was not letting it go and skating free. It's a spectacular piece of footwork, and it can fly, but here it just flew out of control. And he had to try and build back up again.
So what you're saying, though, under this new system, again, if you're going into a quad, it's best that even if you fall on it, try to make the rotations at least look like you're attempting even to get 3 rotations in there.
If you can do that, you can score 6 or 7 points just on that. Now, Emmanuel might want to rethink his strategy. A triple-triple combination is very easy for Emmanuel, easier for him than the quad. He's better off, perhaps, just lessening the degree of difficulty, not taking the risk, and then making it up in the quality points.
So again, instead of going after a quad, getting all of the maybe what might be 2 extra points, take the triple-triple, and look at those technical elements points, 25-6-2. So hammered there, not getting even close to his base value. Program components. Sandhu is behind Ryan Yonke and now really needs a whole lot of points in the free skate to be in contention. Disappointing start for Emmanuel Sandhu.
Please welcome our next competitor, representing Canada, the 2-time 4 continents men's champion, Jeffrey Buttle.
And here's someone who worked so hard under the old system of putting the quad in and kept falling on the quad, trying to get that quad and going after it and going after it. And it actually hurt him in some respect because he didn't get back to the World Championships. But Jeff Buttle now was 3rd at the Nationals last year. Chance to lay it down here. Another skater, Tracy, who under this system, the way he can tie his elements together could really benefit.
Yes, and he will not attempt the quad. He will go with the triple-triple combination, still very difficult and worth 9.5 points. Opening with the combination here, triple flip, triple toe. Triple flip, double toe. Rachmaninoff.
Such a terrific spinner. And he'll get a terrific ovation here in Halifax tonight. Standing ovation, in fact. Great start for Jeff Buttle. He did this a year ago. About a food poisoning really cost his season. Another good start for Jeff Buttle of Canada. Jeff Buttle finished second in Skate Canada, won NHK, and then about a food poisoning wrote off his season. He finished third at the Nationals, didn't get back to the World Championships. But this guy has the stuff, and he is working 24/7 right now.
Well, the strategy paid off for him in this program. He chose to do a triple-triple instead of the quad. Work from here. Watch the footwork. The judges are looking for complex footwork, a variety of turns. This is at least a level 2 footwork sequence. The highest is level 3. We've yet to see that this season. And a fine spinner. All of his spins were terrific today. Good speed, good control, his interpretation, and the use of the music are going to score big points.
The technical score, please.
I got your message. Thank you.
Saying hi to David, his choreographer, David Wilson.
Well, he'll be the leader by a long shot here, based on the previous two skaters. In fact, he'll lead by almost a dozen points. Wow, Jeff Buttle.
Jeffrey Buttle for Canada has a total of
72.15. That's what the rest of the field will go after now.
He is currently in first place.
Jeff Buttle lays it down. Good strategy, too. More to come from Halifax.
Our next skater represents Japan, Takeshi Honda.
Another Skate Canada for Takeshi Honda. This one a lot different, though, coming off a season that he just liked to put behind him and forget about. Blew out his ankle last November. 5 months off the ice. Missed the World Championships. Now would like to get this season off to a good start.
First competition since last year's Skate Canada. Takeshi skating to Piano Concerto in E minor, choreographed by Kurt Browning. He has planned a quad here. And now the triple axel. Very nice.
Beauty. The strategy for some of these skaters is not to lay off, quite obviously. Takeshi Honda didn't have to go out there and even attempt a quad.
He didn't have to, and the skaters are learning the system, as are we, and learning the finer points in strategy. One foot footwork into his triple flip, step out of the landing. Rod, last week at Skate America, there were 4 attempted quads in the short program, but only 1 successful. So I think with the skaters trying to do so much more in terms of their spinning and their footwork sequences, it's making the quads that much more difficult. intricate footwork combinations in this competition. Footwork on one foot.
Takeshi Honda, still not the Takeshi we saw before last year's Skate Canada. Injury will do that to you. He's on the comeback trail this year. His marks when we come back. Moment for Elvis Stoico, Skate Canada 1997. Takeshi Honda, who used to train with Elvis, and Doug Lee, the Mariposa Club in Barrie. Takeshi still trying to shake off some rust and get back to where he once was after that devastating ankle injury last year.
Here's a look at how Takeshi opened with his quad. It's important that he fully rotated it, and he did, so he will get credit for doing a quad and not a triple, minus the 3 points for the fall. So he does get some credit for taking the risk, comes fighting back with a nice triple axel. Good speed on the landing of that jump. That will be taken into consideration, the grade of execution. He skated it well, and he said 1 year. He hasn't competed in a year. It's tough to get back into show shape.
That's the goal for Takeshi Honda, who has been, through the years, a perennial contender.
Thank you.
Right up there with Evgeny Plushenko. And, of course, used to compete against Elvis Stoico. And now Kurt Browning is helping him out with some of his choreography.
For Takeshi Honda of Japan.
Some Browning-esque moves in there on the 1 foot.
The technical score, please.
Footwork.
31.24.
And where will he be in relation to clubmate Jeff Buttle? Lower technical elements and program components. Jeff Buttle still leads. Takeshi Honda is second, close to Ryan Yonke. So Honda is second, Buttle still leads, and more skating to come. The men's short program from Halifax. Don't forget, Ben Ferreira and the rest of the Canadian men competing for the big title. The BMO Financial Group Canadian Figure Skating Championships in January in London. To get there, the good start is right here at Skate Canada, and that's what Ben Ferreira wants right now. Jeff Buttle leads the way.
Skating to Aranez by Rodrigo. Ben will open with a triple Lutz, triple toe. There's the triple Lutz, triple toe, the first triple we've seen tonight. Preparing now for his triple axel. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Nice start.
A little stumble there in his footwork sequence. Into his triple flip, final triple, and equally as well done as all the others. combination on the camel. Good quick finishing spin, and he has looked so confident and secure in this performance. Way to go, Ben.
So the guys who didn't put the quads in, benefiting here tonight. Crowd on its feet again. Well, hello, Barry. Where Ben Ferreira from Edmonton trains with Doug Lee and Michelle Lee. Very interesting, and to see how this is going to play out with teammate Jeff Buttle. Their jumps were good. He had the combination, of course.
Well, the combination will score at least 10 points. 10 points for the base mark, extra for quality. And here's his triple axel. Look how he gets down low into his knees, very straight in the air, a fine landing, well skated. Now, his spins were not at the level of a Jeffrey Buttle, nor were his footwork sequences, but his jumps were better.
And again, the strategy of not having the quad included, paying off, paying dividends here tonight. It's obvious now that if your quad isn't quite up to par, don't bring it to the short program. You're going to get hammered.
You're absolutely right. If you can't do it 3 out of 4 times, don't risk it. It's not worth the risk.
Here come the marks. Elements and components. Again, that second mark really an artistic mark. Not as good as Jeff Buttle. In fact, 4.5 points shy. Right now, Ben Ferreira is second. Remember, it was Ben who beat Jeff at the national championships and went to the Worlds for Canada. Ferreira's second, Buttle's lead.
Our next skater is the 5-time national champion from Belgium. Please welcome Kevin van der Perren.
Kevin van der Perren with Jeff Buttle and Ben Ferreira. The two Canadians 1-2. Emmanuel Sandou currently in 5th place. Buttle and Ferreira rising up here tonight. And Kevin van der Perren figure in.
Kevin calls this program computer game. He has an energetic, powerful style. Very effective choreography, particularly in his footwork. He has changed from a quad in his opening with a triple axel, triple toe.
May he have been watching backstage.
You bet your boots he was watching backstage. Let's see what he does next. Ad-libbing this program footwork into a triple lutz. Choreography by Nikolai Morozov, who used to work with Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz. Double axel.
Well, he had planned a quadruple jump. Took it out. Tried to out-triple the triple guys.
And amazing that he still delivered with the choreography. He's quick on his feet.
A routine called computer game. That's what it might be here tonight for the judges, too. Well, thinking man's game here tonight. Kevin Vanderparen realizing that none of those who had tried a quad successfully landed it, decided to take his out.
And quite a drastic change because the entrances of the quad and the triple axle are so different. And then he had to rearrange his program. So it wasn't a perfect landing on the triple axle, but good enough it'll score points. And then he ad-libbed this footwork sequence there into his triple Lutz, moved it earlier in the program, but it was still quite musical, and that's what surprised me, because usually when a skater changes to that degree, they lose the music. Because he did a triple axle at the beginning of the program, he couldn't repeat it again for his second axle. He had to turn it to a double, which is a lower degree of difficulty. And again, Rod, as you alluded to the fact this could be a computer game, it is so hard to figure it out. It's going to take the computer to come up with the answer here.
Well, we'll see what happens. And again, it's a little complicated, the process, and we're trying to walk you through it throughout the weekend. But what we're seeing is that you are rewarded for what you do on the ice. Technically, certainly there is a subjective mark that still goes into it. But here's the way it stands, and you cannot argue with the top 5 here tonight.
And you're rewarded for quality over quantity. They don't want you just to throw yourself into all these quads and you know, hope that you can land them. They want to see them done well. If they're done well, it is certainly worth the risk.
Yeah, the jumps are rewarded. The way you skate is rewarded. What they're trying to come up with here is not just a jumper or a skater, but a combination of both.
31.94.
Vanderparen 31.94. And he is going to be placed behind Jeff Buttle and Ben Ferreira. The Belgian is in 3rd place.
4 points in the short program.
One of the best new shows on television. Down the... Well, Stefan Lindemann, step up and take your turn. We've seen a lot of swings and misses with the quadruple jump here tonight. And the 3 leaders right now decided against the quad. Buttle, Ferreira, and Vanderparen. Stefan Lindemann has a quad plan.
He practiced the quad in the warm-up. It was excellent. This is the current world bronze medalist from Germany. In fact, he won his bronze medal at home in Dortmund last season. Will he do it? It's planned to be right here. Bateau. Oh! Backing in now to the triple axel. Yes, very nice. Triple Lutz. He was 11th in the short program. He's controlled the jitters today, though.
Well, for so much emphasis placed on one jump, we are quadless in Halifax tonight. No one landed one. In Canada and on TSN, it begins Christmas Day. Sidney Crosby, who hails from these parts, leads the Canadian junior team, the IIHF World Junior Hockey Championships from North Dakota, Christmas Day. Stefan Lindemann, the world bronze medalist, picked up that bronze in his homeland in Dortmund, Germany, coming off a disastrous showing at Skate America.
Well, he tried the quad and was oh so close. Good height, great distance across the ice. His upper body, though, kept rotating on the landing, perhaps eager to get into the second jump in that combination. So he just stepped out. Not a huge mistake. A terrific triple axel. Strong landing, good position in the air.
So Lindemann, where will he be? And again, in the old system, you had to be really second or third, possibly fourth, to have any kind of chance to win an event. But now, you know, you could be sixth, seventh, eighth, depending on how many points you're behind someone. First place, you have a chance to win.
That's right. Placements no longer matter. It's your point totals that matter. And you carry everything from the short program into the long program. He's delighted. Again, so much better than last week, and he's in third place.
Stefan Lindemann in third, about 9 points back of our leader, Jeff Buttle of Canada at Skate Canada.
In third place.
So here are the final results of the short program. Buttle 72.15, the highest point total of the season so far. Ben Ferreira second, almost 5 points back. Stefan Lindemann in third. Kevin Vanderpeer in fourth. Takeshi Honda in fifth. And you can see, Tracy, how close it is for third, second place. And Emmanuel Sandhu, despite the disappointment, certainly has a shot here.
He definitely does. If he lays it down in the free program, he's well within reach, easily in reach of the podium. It's just a matter of how far up he can climb it.
And what Emmanuel Sandhu will see in the free skate. Here is our Chevrolet performance of the day. No doubt about it, Jeff Buttle.
And so what we're learning from watching the first two competitions, first Skate America last week and now Skate Canada, it's do what you do best in your program. Play to your strengths, and that's what Jeffrey Buttle did tonight. Superb footwork and spins, wonderful choreography in the program, and the jumps he needed to win. He outscored the competition here, and this was the would have been the highest score at Skate America as well. So well done for Jeff Buttle, the leader.
And afterwards, the leader spoke with Vic Rauter.
I think it's fair to say there was some concern when we didn't see a quad in your program, but who needs a quad when you skate like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all strategy, especially with the new system. So to go out there and make sure that I skated a clean program was a lot more important than going for the risk, especially in the short.
Well, and starting off a year like this can only lead to better things, you would think.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year I started out really well, and it sort of, I hit a wall at some point in the year. With this year I plan on improving a little bit all the way.
Do we see a quad, though, in your future?
Definitely. I'm actually probably going to go for it in the long program. So it's not that it's not here at all. Right. I just, we really wanted to be strategic with what I did.
Well, it worked for him. Here are the results from the pairs short program. China 1-2, Canada 3-4. And they'll go for gold tomorrow night in Halifax, the pairs free skate. Interesting strategy played out tonight. And the new scoring system. Hard to argue with any of the results. Scoring system scoring well here tonight with the crowd and maybe with you at home as we try to take you through the weekend here at the MasterCard Skate Canada International. Pairs free skate Friday night. Then it's on to the men on the weekend, the women, and the dance. For Tracy Wilson and Debbie Wilkes, this is Rod Black. We'll see you tomorrow in Halifax.